and welcome to another exciting episode of Mystery Us. I'm Tony Pratt, your host for Mystery Us, and my guest today is Australian singer Connie Kis Andersen. Welcome to Mystery Us, Connie.
Thanks for having me again, Tony.
Again, yes, yeah. Welcome back to Mystery Us, I should say, because you are a guest that's been on the show, and as a matter of fact, you have a chapter in the Mystery Us Universe book.
I do.
Which every chapter is written by a person who was a guest on Mystery Us in the past, except for me.
I see. Yeah.
And I'm always a guest on Mystery Us. Well, not always. Actually, I've done shows where I wasn't even there, and maybe I should do this show like that because that way we could squeeze in more of your music. But you have literally been coming to Nashville for many years, and you came to Nashville and you learned your craft and you learned how to do it like they do it in Nashville, right?
Well, I certainly have tried, yes.
Now, we were talking earlier, and you said something about that country music is different in Australia.
Yes.
Now, how is it? Tell me the difference between Australian country music and not that you're limited to country, because you do a lot of different styles of songs.
Yeah, I do. Well, I think there's for a start, the reason why I do know this is I host a radio show, host and produce a radio show called Showcase Australia, which features the current singles and hits and new releases that are out to Australian country music by Australian artists, and it's very different, some of it, to what you're used to hearing, say, on commercial radio over here in the US. And the contemporary Australian country, I would say it's on a par, but then there are some sub-genres within our industry that are very much revered, still are, receive awards, and things like bush ballads and heritage songs, and some of the more songs that have charted are sometimes a little bit more traditional in their approach. We might be a little bit I guess parallel, but also we've gone off on a little tangent of our own. So yes, it differs. There is a distinct sort of strong pick style sometimes to Australian country that is different to what you're hearing commercially here.
So how long have you been doing the radio show?
Well, the radio show is coming up to its 4th year actually. I was invited by Country Music Radio Nashville, which, believe it or not, is based out of England.
Of course.
To do an Australian segment to fill the shoes of one of our very revered radio producers. And I was unsure of it as a performer myself, and I contacted this man and said, what should I do? And he said, no, do it. It'll be a great experience. Well, it was the hardest thing I ever did, to be honest. But I've come a long way, and it's now syndicated to globally to 18 networks, and just found out this week it's on iTunes too. This podcast's available on iTunes, so we're moving forward. And
sounds good. So what has it been like to kind of be on the other side of the spectrum, where you're doing the interviewing and you're having to kind of go inside of someone else's world rather than just do your thing?
Well, it's given me a deeper insight to the industry, certainly. I do receive not just Australian country music. I am on the recipient list for all of the major distributors. So I get an insight as to the workings of radio and the smoke and mirrors that exist in this industry, but I'm not going to tell any secrets.
Now, you kind of go back and forth between two worlds.
I do.
From down under to up and over, or whatever you want to call it, Music City.
Yeah.
How has that, changed you? All the
traveling?
Just being affected by being in Nashville or the States, how's that changed what you originally started out?
Yeah, well, I have been traveling to the US for 10 years now. And this would be my 17th visit in the pursuit of my passion. I'm very fortunate to have the support network at home. I have a husband who believes in me and my music, which is the only reason that I think anyone it makes any sort of degree of progress in the business, you need that support network, and it's terribly important to have that, and I'm very grateful for it. As far as the changes, that when I first came to Nashville, I was terribly intimidated by the industry and the scene and what was expected and how it operated and the standard of the music. And I basically realized I'd have to really lift my game. And so over the years, it's been very important to me to study my craft and develop my networks, and I have taken it terribly seriously. The fact that I actually live in Perth, which is officially the most isolated city, capital city in the world, because if you did keep flying past Perth, you'd be on your way back to Nashville, actually, in the same direction.
So if you dug a hole through Nashville, you would come out in Perth.
Pretty close to, but theoretically, just we're on different hemispheres, but
right.
Certainly it's literally on the opposite side, 13 hours difference in time zones. It is the most isolated city, so, we have, I think the word is spawned many a great act, like In Excess, Akadaka, or AC/DC, and a few of these, where we are slightly different, and I even noticed that when I travelled to the east coast of Australia, and we are terribly isolated, and it is difficult to even break into our method. So, essentially, I started learning my craft long distance and coming here to learn my craft, make my networks and grow my skills, and I've sort of over the years reached a stage where I know that my music is different, but I'm no longer intimidated by the fact that it's different, but I know that when I do the songwriters rounds, I can hold my own when it comes to not falling into a big hole and being totally lost with it. Now my goal is to make the networks that can help me grow even further, because I've reached a stage where I really need that connection with pro writers who are willing to take a chance on a long distance writing relationship and help me grow. And I also will bring something to the table, I can assure you.
Well, you're different in a great way. I mean, do you find that your Australian fans think that, well, boy, you're sounding more like Nashville, or vice versa, or does the accents do you pick up a little bit of that? Or?
Well, I think living with an American, because my husband is American, rubs off a little bit. English not being my first language, being born in Copenhagen, my ear is slightly different, so I do pick up a bit of a twang sometimes. But also Perth is much more multicultural than the rest of the east coast of Australia, and so our Australian accents aren't as defined. G'day,
Right.
We don't have that real strine, so yes, it does rub off.
Everybody's not Crocodile Dundee.
No, we're not. We're definitely not Crocodile.
That's stereotypical. Yes.
That's a stereotypical image, certainly. I mean, Crocodile Dundee is a composite.
Yeah.
He's a composite Australian.
He's the most interesting Australians out in the bush.
Yeah, indeed. So, but we have very fine bushies who, that is their life, and they certainly can. They know the land, and and the land is certainly very a powerful thing in Australia, because there's so much of it, that we respect, and not much water, so we have to. That was a bit of a tangent, wasn't it? Anyway.
Well, we've got a TV show here in Nashville called Nashville.
Yes.
And there's a couple of Australian
actors
on there, but you wouldn't know it.
No.
Because they can talk like
Yeah.
hillbillies, and they can sing like hillbillies.
Hey y'all!
Absolutely. So you can do it if you need to, right?
I think I could probably. I think
pull
I could.
it off.
Maybe probably think I was from just a different district.
Well, I think they should just have like an Australian country singer on there, and not try to do the whole accent.
Yeah,
although they're great at what they do, and within the context of the show for those parts, that's perfect. But but if they had you on the show, you could be like you.
Oh, I could.
You could just play yourself, and that would be perfect.
That would be what a concept. yeah. So, but,
So now Perth is like the least populated place on earth, or one of them?
yes, pretty well. In terms of capital cities, Perth is the capital of the state of Western Australia. Well, when I refer to Western Australia, people sometimes think I'm just referring to a direction or a location, but Western Australia is actually a state, and it's 1/3 the size of Australia. And out of the population, I think we're getting up to 24 million or something like that. We have about two and a bit million in the whole state. So it's a very underpopulated, huge state. Most of it is waterless and treeless, large sections, and then there are some beautiful sections down the coast that we have some of the oldest trees in history and some of the largest trees, much like your red forest in I think it's your redwood forest in California.
Right. Wow. So is that good in general to be away from humans, or to be spread out more, or?
Well, as I said, I think we developed slightly differently.
Yeah.
I mean, in Australia, the standard joke, because we talk about Western Australia, the short form is WA, and so I'll say, hey, well, g'day from WA. But in Australia, the East Coast people will often refer to WA standing for wait a while, because we're a bit more laid back and a little bit more casual. And
so there's WA speed, and then there's normal Australian
that's
speed.
That's correct. And all of it's a bit slower than US speed.
Right.
Yeah. When I grew up on the East Coast, and I made a choice to move to Western Australia years ago, and my family followed me there. But one of the things that attracted me to Western Australia, not only is Perth the most pristine and beautiful city, is that the people are really very engaging and very friendly and very warm, and it's a great place to live. I sound like an ad for Perth. I'd like to go to the tourism.
Yeah, they need to pay you for that. You could do their song.
Yeah, I could.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Talk about 2011, her award and everything.
And you've won a lot of awards in country music in Australia.
I have.
You're one of the top artists and have been consistently doing very well. Not just country music. I mean, you actually recorded a Chris Isaacs song,
I did,
right? And that was a very good song.
Yeah. I've been fortunate enough to have 5 top 30 hits, 3 of them in the top 5. My own songs. The Chris Isaacs song, it did well enough. And I've been very grateful for the awards I've received. I've received Best Female Vocalist for Western Australia 3 times, and Best Independent Album for Western Australia twice. But what means a lot to me as well is that I've also received a tiara. A tiara. So a tiara being a national award for female vocal, and just earlier this year I was awarded a Gold Medallion Media Award for Best Female Vocalist for the Central West region, and that's an award that is given to artists by media. So I had nothing to do with the nomination. It's a radio nomination and a media award.
Cool.
I guess it's like the Golden Globes, I guess, on a very small scale.
Hey.
But so that was my most recent accolade that I'm very proud to what do you say, brag on?
Yeah, and you've got, speaking of bragging on, you've got a fabulous new CD or album. I guess we could still call it an album.
Yeah, you could, yeah. Well, interesting, the song, I chose the title, it's actually called Naked Under the Radar, and I chose that because I felt that just for the same reasons that I've mentioned, Western Australia being the most isolated city, it took a while to raise profile and a lot of effort and a lot of releases, and I felt some songs had slipped under the radar. Mm-hmm. So I just decided, as a songwriter, because one of my goals has always been to be this standalone songwriter, I needed to get a portfolio, so I decided to do an acoustic album of songs that are through a broad range, actually, of genres that, in a sense, would be my portfolio, and they were naked. The songs were naked, and ones that had slipped under the radar.
Yeah.
So that's how it got the name.
So each song has its own story and how it came to be. And you're going to perform some of the songs for us today on the show. And the first song that you are going to perform is...
Well, actually, the first song that I'm going to sing is actually not on the album. I just wanted to play it because it's one of my personal favourites. It's, you know, all of us writers, we have a cheating song in us, but this was a cheating song from a different perspective, a song called It Won't Set You Free. Well, I'd like to play a song that I'm not necessarily sure would be considered a commercial track, but it's one of the songs that is one of my personal favourites. It's not really about me, but when my friend was, I guess you could say, traded in for a younger model, after many years of marriage, I was very connected and felt her pain, and ended up writing this song, a song called It Won't Set You Free, because as we all know, sometimes when we're seeking something outside of ourselves or change, the change really comes from inside as opposed to outside. So this is a little song called It Won't Set You Free. What's in your head? What does she have that I couldn't give? What does she do that I never did? If you need, you can leave, but it won't we shared as one. Those years won't come undone. So if there is a price for what's missing in your life, will you still
And what's the title of the album is?
Naked Under the Radar.
Naked Under the Radar. And I guess I don't know if there's one song that's like the song of, I mean, they used to have like one song that's the single that's
the standout
released.
single. Well, actually, there is the first track I released from there went to number 2 on the Australian country music charts.
Mm-hmm.
However, I didn't play it for you today. I'm not playing it for you today.
Okay. All right. Well, fine.
Because do you want me to play?
You could play it. Another song that you're going to perform is "Handle Love with Care."
Yeah, and that basically had its origins. Everyone goes through a rough time.
Sure.
Nobody's free of any rough times in life. I'm pretty sure of that. And I had my little share just a few years back with stage 3 cancer, and people, thought that this would be a great inspiration for me to write songs for them. I think I came up with one. Well, I just had my focus was to survive that period.
Yeah, no kidding.
And so I came up with one song, and it was called "Handle Love with Care," because in the bridge I basically say, love is something that we can't touch, but we can feel it when it touches us, and we can't see it, but we know it's there, because life itself is nothing but a very fragile love affair. So that's the key, I guess. Yeah.
That's really cool. That's really different. Yeah, and I mean, I guess if you're facing death, obviously, which we all are, we just not as aware of it until we get stage 3 cancer, and then that might squeeze a song out of you or something, but
not too many.
But the main thing is to survive and to go on to be able to sing those songs.
I think that my focus all through that period of time was actually working my songs, and it was very important for me. Music kept me alive, as far as I'm concerned. Meditation kept me alive. Prayer kept me alive.
Yeah, you try to, it's always going to be part of your past and experience, but you don't want to let it, define you now.
Absolutely. To me, it's terribly important that you acknowledge the experience, because it was part of your life. It was very challenging, and if you deny it, you're just going to have trouble down the track. However, it doesn't define. I believe that it's so important just to move on and leave it behind, and it doesn't define you at all. And it's so important.
So you've got the CD. Is it available in America, or do you have to go to Australia to purchase this?
Well, right now, with the global economy, global world, it's available anywhere. In terms of, I have a distribution label in the States. You just Google my name, Connie Kis with one S, Kis being a Danish derivative for the name Kirsten, and then Andersen, another Danish name, Andersen. So if you Google my name, there's my website and all the other things that will come up, including CD Baby, Amazon, and my own website that has a page that pretty well tells you every which way you can get hold of my music through iTunes and all of those places.
What other songs are you going to
on this album, Naked Under the Radar, I did throw in a few new songs as well, Handle Love with Care being one of them, and this next song was a song called Overcome this next song is a song called Overcome and Undone, and again, this is a song just writing to a title that, in a sense, it was an exercise that through my studies at Berklee College of Music, that I had worked myself into a little corner, getting this fabulous title, and then it's like, well, what should I write about? And the only time most people are overcome and undone is when they're in love. Isn't that? Wouldn't you agree?
Oh yeah. They just don't know it.
They just don't know. And so I basically was an exercise in writing, and it was about getting a little groove and what happens when you're overcome and undone. And usually, it's when you meet someone and you start stuttering and you just overcome and undone.
Yeah, that's a great thought. And the final song that you're going to share with it is Gone Wishing.
And Come On in between.
Come on. Okay, I left one out. There's 5 songs we're
I
going to
think
see
there
today.
is, yeah. So there's 5 songs. One song, Come On. As a songwriter, again, I try and study my craft, and it's very important to me to, grow as a writer. And I had this young man come to me and want me to write a song for him, and I challenged myself to basically write a song on 1 chord. And this song was about. He had told me how he chased and lusted after this girl and chased her until he caught her and then dumped her like a hot cake. So I really actually wrote from the injured person's point of view.
Right.
Come on, tell me what's going on.
So all of your songs are pretty much from personal experience. Are you, that you are the songwriter and you're a great singer. Absolutely, you've gotten better and better. Are you looking for other people to record your songs? Do you mind if other people? Is there anybody even that can really sing your songs? You have such a unique on some of these songs, some of the licks and everything. I'm sure there's somebody who could, but it wouldn't be.
Well, my hope is that these songs are unique enough to spark an interest, because this is a common thread that I'm hearing all the time when I go to these seminars and business conferences. Well, we want fresh, and we want this, and we want that, and then, when I then go to pitch to publishers, I'm hearing that the songs that are being picked up are songs that have the accent on the 3rd beat, and are fairly predictable as from where I'm standing. So it's an interesting contradiction for me, and I'm hoping I am fresh enough, or my music is fresh enough that it will spark an interest. And I certainly welcome anybody if they would like, to record my songs, or certainly co-write, or even want me to write for them, give me something to
It
work
just
with.
seems like there's so much stuff out there, or the majority of everything seems formulaic, and it all kind of sounds the same. There's a pattern going on in country music radio.
There is a pattern, and I understand that commerciality aspect of it. It's what the listener has come to expect. But then we have a responsibility too, to the growth of music, one, to keep it growing and expanding, and to keep it interesting, to keep it fresh. And as someone just pointed out recently, and I would wholeheartedly agree, that to actually give out and pass on sometimes a social message and values. Right. Now, I can tell you a little anecdote. I was just recently in LA, in Hollywood, and I caught a cab. I was going to the ASCAP I Create Music Expo, and the cab driver was Armenian, and he asked me, he said, what's going on up there at the Lowe's Hotel? And I said, it's a songwriters conference. And he said, are you writing songs to teach my daughter to have better sex or to have better values? And it was food for thought, because, and interesting, we have become very much more raunchy in our lyric and in our sort of storytelling, and we've lost a little bit of the values that are important to actually bring back to the song. There's nothing wrong with what's happening at the moment musically, but it's also nice to keep the values alive in our music, and family values and social values.
Yeah, if you're going to be an outlaw to break the mold, like a Willie Nelson or Waylon Jennings or Johnny Cash type thing, that's one thing. But if you're just doing it to try to, just fill in the blanks and fit it into what sells, it's just totally commercial and has no values or value, then it's just dumbing it down. It's not getting better.
Well, I think it's very important. I do, seriously pay attention to my teachers, and I have attended songwriting camps at National Songwriters, and I think it's terribly important that that you are looking at, if you do want to be a commercial writer, which I'm still striving towards being, that you take on board the research that is so freely available now through different teachers, that you also take on board the structure in terms of writing, But the most important thing is that you don't lose the integrity of the song and the storyline, and that's where we draw the line, and that's where I draw the line. So, you know, the songs, it's very important that, yes, or I strive for a commercial song, I strive to write, you know, within certain frameworks. However, I don't want to lose the integrity of the song and the
Right.
message, and that to me is the key.
Well, you
Personally.
definitely have.
Here we are. Because my brain's like, oh, which one? Please don't go. Just say no to all tonight, 'cause it won't make things right between you and me. And it won't set you free. Stay with me instead. Tell me what's in your head. What does she have that I couldn't give? What does she do that I never did? If you leave, you can leave, but it won't set you free. She is not the answer to your fear. She can't take away those years we shared as one. Those years can't come undone. So if there is a price for what's missing in your life, will you still make the trade for the love and vows we made? If you look inside, you will see that it won't set you free. So please don't go. Just say no to all tonight, 'cause it won't make things right between you and me. And it won't set you free. No, it won't set you free. This next song is a song that is called On the Other Side of Midnight, and having been a bar singer for so many years, I had an opportunity and a great vantage point to see what was going on in different bars and how people would prance around each other, sort of circle each other. And so this is, I came up with this little number, wearing their shoes, I guess. On the other side of midnight, they satisfy our appetite. We serve our passion, their satisfaction, and feed our love till morning light. I've got my high heel boots and skinny jeans on. You've got the scent of a man who can do no wrong. The place is jumping, the music pumping. Our avatars have a night, our romantic stars, let's not deny. They satisfy our appetite. We serve our passion to satisfaction and feed our love till morning light. Want me to, so come on now, baby, won't you join me tonight? 'Cause it feels right. It feels alright. On the other side of midnight, let's satisfy our appetite. We serve our passion to satisfaction and read our love till morning light. On the other side midnight, let's satisfy our appetite. We serve our passion to satisfaction and feed our love till morning light. And feed our love till morning light. On the other side of midnight. Well, it's coming up 4 years ago that I released my self-titled album, and this was going to be the breakthrough album that showed me as an artist and my music and so forth. And a few weeks afterwards, I was actually diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer, and it was a rough time. And people would say to me, "Oh, you'll get some good songs out of this experience." And I used to think they had rocks in their head, totally crazy. So but the one song I did come out was a song called Handle Love with Care. I'm going to try and play it for you now, if I can do it. I had to just get, because that's what I said, I had to practice, I wasn't sure, but I'll play this song because it's on my mind. I've been so close to the other side, and on that road my dreams still survived. I made the test with no compromise. I faced the world, a delicate lie. I know we've all had our own cross to bear, and I know that life sometimes just don't seem fair. I prayed to God and I've cried my share of self-food love, but then I walked on air, and through it all I learned to handle love with care. You held my heart, you kept it alive. You saw my world threw wide open as you were a rock in the sea of the sky. You took my hand when the laughter died. I know we've all had our own costume bed, and I know that life sometimes just don't seem fair. I prayed to God and I've cried my share of suffered loss. But then I walked on air, and through it all I learned to handle love with care. 'Cause love is something that we can't touch. We can feel it when it touches us. We can't see it, but we know it's there. 'Cause life itself is just a fragile love affair. I know we've all had our own costume bed, and I know that life sometimes just don't seem fair. I prayed to God and I've cried my share of something lost. But then I walked on air, and through it all I learned to handle love with care. Yes, through it all I've learned to handle love with care. Yes, through it all I've learned to handle love with care. Overcome and undone. You shot a spark straight through my heart when I first laid eyes on you. And a victory ball, supercharged up my demons, all cut loose. And now I'm overcome and undone by the feeling that is you. Yes, I'm overcome and undone. I've been obsessed, I can't get rest since my mojo got seduced. song called Come On, Come On, and again, you know, one of my goals has been to be a standalone writer, so a young man came up to me, and he was from WAPA, which is the West Australian Academy of Performing Arts, and he wanted me to write some songs for him. And well, that's nice and easy if you have some sort of idea, I guess. And so the challenge for me was to talk to him and find out something about him. And he told me the story where he lost it after this girl until he caught her and then lost interest, which is such a typical thing for men. Sorry, that's a sexist comment. But anyway, so I, as a writer, challenged myself and thought I wanted to write a song on one chord, over one chord, because some of the best songs have been written over one chord. Songs like Chain of Fools and, you know, 1 or 2 chords. So this is my challenge, and it's a song called Come On, Come On, and it really is about it's written from the female's perspective, or the person who's been dumped after being chased. So here it comes.
What's going on? 'Cause I'm trying to save a love that's almost gone. Come on, babe. Used to come strong. So tell me now, where did I go wrong? You were the one who always wanted me, wanted my love so desperately. When you didn't give up till I was yours to keep, now it's you drifting out of reach. Come on, babe, tell me what's going on, 'cause I'm trying to save a love that's almost gone. Come on, babe, used to come so strong. So tell me now, where did I go wrong? I need to know what I'm supposed to do. The way you behave has led me to confuse. You know I can't live a lie, but I can't face the truth. So how can I say what I'm about to lose? Come on, babe, tell me what's going on, 'cause I'm trying to save a love that's almost gone. Come on, babe, you used to call so strong. So tell me now, where did I go wrong? What's going on? 'Cause I'm trying to save a love that's almost gone. Come on, babe, you used to call so strong. So tell me now, where did I go wrong? Come on, babe, tell me what's going on, 'cause I'm trying to save a love that's almost gone. Come on, babe, you used to call so strong. So tell me now, where did I go wrong? Tell me now, where did I go wrong? Tell me now, where did I go wrong?
So, well, the story behind this one is that, you know, in the immortal words of Ralph Murphy, who is one of Nashville's greatest mentors and songwriting teachers, us songwriters, we are totally dysfunctional people who are his special needs. And my husband, he too thought that, and my husband's the horizontal cowboy, and he said to me once, this is early in the piece, he said, why don't you write a happy song? So I was away on holidays, and in Australia we say holiday, we use the word holiday for vacation, as opposed to just, you know, a one day. So this song was born, and it's a song called Happy Day. And that way I don't have to sell razor blades with my CDs, you see, I can I can keep it happy. Because that's exactly what my husband predicted. He said, if you keep writing songs like that, we'll have to include razor blades with the CD. So this one won't need a razor blade. Happy day. At a conference where a very young-ish, where I'm standing, attractive woman who did some research for Nielsen, she made a comment, she was one of the speakers, and she made a comment about the current state of music, how in the 70s and 60s and 70s the songs were often about social commentary, and how nowadays songs are about I, me, myself, I, and maybe you. And it was time that we brought back a song that, or we brought back music that had some social commentary that was a bit more bringing awareness. And well, I certainly thought of this song that I wrote a while back and just re-released, and would love to get out there, because the message is about how our state of affairs, or our world state of affairs, affects our children. And it's a storytelling song, I guess, called Gone Wishing.
She looked at me and then began to cry. She said, I've gone wishing for my mother. I've gone wishing that God will ease her pain. I've gone wishing for my brother. I've gone wishing that we will see his face again. So a young boy throwing sticks and stones, looking to destroy what was not his own. A hopeless look showed through his angry eyes, and when I asked him what was wrong, he turned to me and then began to cry. He said, I've gone wishing for my father. I've gone wishing that God will ease his pain. I've gone wishing for all my brothers. I've gone wishing that we will see them all again. And as he walked away, I recalled the days we used to sing and chat about giving peace a chance. But now it's sad to see, oh so sad to see, that song ain't sung today. So I've gone wishing for all our mothers. I've gone wishing that God will ease their pain. I've gone wishing for all our fathers. I've gone wishing that they will see their sons again.